What's the most important advice that you would remember for a long time and from who it was? My old manager said no one's gonna care about your life as much as you, so stop waiting for them to, and that hit hard. My mentor once told me, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. It helped me stop feeling like I was falling behind in life and reminded me that everyone was on their road. My father once told me, people will always remember how you made them feel. This encourages me to be nice and thoughtful, even on difficult days. An old coworker once observed, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. This inspired me to seek out opportunities to learn and improve, rather than sticking in my comfort zone. A buddy recently told me, learn to say no without feeling guilty. It sounds simple, but understanding how to create boundaries has greatly helped my mental health. Don't take criticism from those you wouldn't take advice from. My grandmother told me to never pass up the opportunity for a meal with a friend, a random day off in the middle of a work week, or an afternoon nap. She said you'll feel better about life after any of those things. She was correct. Assume that everyone else on the road is a drink-driving, phone-using idiot who doesn't know the difference between clutch and brake pedal. My dad would repeat this to me when I was learning to drive, and again when I was learning to ride a motorcycle. 6 months ago, a drink-driving idiot on their phone who probably didn't know the difference between clutch and brake pedal T-boned the front of my motorcycle at a set of traffic lights. The bike was destroyed. I was fine. I've been more seriously injured by mosquito bites. Thanks to my dad's advice, I was in the habit of never assuming what another car would do, and hence I was able to brake early enough and stop quick enough. Thanks, Dad. If you ask, they might say yes. They might also say no, but if you don't ask, it's always a no. So ask. Nobody cares. The best advice I ever got was from my grandma. She said, never set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. It really stuck with me. Sometimes we're so focused on making everyone else happy that we forget to take care of ourselves. It's a reminder to put yourself first and not lose who you are just to please others. Thanks, Grandma. That one's for life. Don't do a trip you're far too logical. It won't end well for you. This was the early 90s. I was at uni. He was the mature student dealer housemate. When a hardcore, lifelong drug taker tells you not to take something, probably a good idea to listen to them. Maybe not so much advice, but more of a quote. Couple years ago, and I was scrolling, and stumbled upon John Green responding to a girl online who needed help on having hope that life does get better. He recited the beginning of an Emily Dickinson poem that goes, hope is the thing with feathers, that perches at the soul, and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And he reiterates that throughout the poem, she never states one never stops hearing the song of hope, only that it never stops playing. It stuck with me for a couple years. I think about it often and am sure it'll stick with me for more years to come. It's very reassuring and easy to remind yourself that the song of hope forever plays even when you cannot hear it at times. Years ago, my grandfather told me, life is a lot like a camera. Focus on what's important, capture the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, just take another shot. It's a simple reminder that every moment is a chance to create something beautiful, even from chaos. Always check for toilet paper first, my older brother said. My grandmother told me, never get married and never have children. It will tie you down for the rest of your life. She said it with such vehemence that I never forgot it. I've been in long-term relationships, but I've never married. And I've never had children. I honestly don't really regret it. The times I have lived with a man, I found myself forced into the role of housewife and mommy, cleaning up after him, doing his laundry, cutting the grass and paying the bills, and doing all the chores because he's too tired and too forgetful. Despite both of us working 40 hours a week, if I were married, I'd be trapped. My mom always said, treat people how you want to be treated. Simple but powerful words that guide me every day. Don't play by rules others refuse to play by. Once I asked my dad why mom is always the one screaming at him, and he told me this. In a relationship, aim not to be the cause of their tears, but the one who wipes them away and brings them joy.